All right, you handsome little fucks. And lots of you women are beautiful as well. You're handsome as well. But this one's mostly just for the men. For those of you men out there who are going out there on the front lines, you're trying to talk to women. You're trying to overcome that anxiety, that approach anxiety. You're trying to just talk to some cute ladies and be like, hi, you're a cute lady. Do you want to come on a date with a cute boy and we can do cute shit together? Oh, we can do some of that. But you're struggling. I have a coaching client in the coaching group right now, and this is so unbelievably common. They will go out there to try and talk to women, and they'll just struggle. They will be sitting on a bench next to a girl, all alone, perfect opportunity. She's like reading a book or some shit. She's just there for the long haul. She'll be there for the next 10 or 15 minutes. You got all that time to hit on her, and you just can't do it. There's a guy in my coaching program right now going through this exact situation. And every time he's trying to talk to a woman and he can't do it, he's beating himself up like crazy. You know, he's saying, I don't know why I can't do this. Like, I don't know what it is. Is it my childhood? Like, he's literally going full on Freud and like exploring his childhood and being like, is this because I got bullied? Is this because of this? Is this because I was a shy kid? Like, over analyzing it. And that's okay. A lot of you do the same thing. I used to do the same shit too. Like when I first went out there to try and talk to women, in fact, no, the first thing I did is I went out there to try and just talk to women. Like, hello, do you have the time? Hi, do you have directions to this restaurant? Like just basic shit. And the first day I couldn't do it. I walked past like 20 women and I just couldn't get the words out. I couldn't be like, hey, sorry, just a second. Like, can I ask you a question? Like, I couldn't even do that. It took me like 2 hours of walking around before I could finally fucking do it. And for things like you're cute, oh my God, I just like ridiculously struggled with that. It took an entire approach anxiety program for me to just be able to walk up to a woman and say, hi, you're cute. So if you're in that situation, it's unbelievably normal. It's very normal to beat yourself up and focus on why can't I do this? What's wrong with me? Is it because of my childhood? Is it because I'm this? Or is it because I'm too short? Or I'm this race? Or I'm too old? Or like, what's wrong with me? Am I just a giant pussy? But as I said to this coaching client, and in fact, I'm going to read out what I wrote to him in a second, every second that you're out there just trying to talk to women is a massive victory. I don't give a fuck if you walk past 10,000 women and you can't talk to any of them. Like if you try 10,000 times and you can't do it, which I'm telling you right now will never happen. Like just for any of you listening, that won't happen. If you genuinely try and talk to women, I promise it won't take 10,000 tries. But even if it took 10,000 tries, that is a victory. And so many of you, or me included, our brains love to just tell us if I didn't do the actual thing that I want to do, then it was a failure. No, motherfucker. If you tried, that is the victory. It doesn't matter if you did it or not. You tried. And then pick yourself back up and try again. This is a numbers game. The ability to even be able to talk to a woman is a numbers game. As in, you might go out there and try 100 times, 1,000 times, and you just can't get the words out. Cool, it's a numbers game. Keep trying. But a lot of you are going out there trying, a bunch of times, and every time you don't do it, you're like, I failed, I failed, I failed, I failed. What is this failure concept? And again, I'm right there with all of you. My brain likes to tell me that I fail quite a lot. But what is this failure bullshit? You didn't fail anything. You learned something. You put in the reps, you put in the work to gain that exposure therapy. How do you think you build the confidence to be able to do something? By fucking it up 1,000 times. That's why I say the first step of any goal is give yourself permission to suck. You're probably going to suck, gentlemen, when you go out there to try and talk to women. Radical notion, I know, but if you've never done it before, you're probably going to fucking suck. It's probably going to be 10,000, or it'll feel 10,000 times harder than you think. You'll be like, why can't I just say hello to this woman? Because you haven't fucking done it. A baby can't walk until it practices and falls over 1,000 times. Babies, as adorable as they are, look like fucking retards when they're trying to walk, right? Little fucking retard can't even walk. That's how you might feel when you go out there to talk to women. You might literally feel like a toddler, a beautiful, retarded adult toddler that can't just say like, hi, you're cute, because you haven't done it. And so cut yourself some slack in the same way that you wouldn't yell at a baby and call a baby a retard if it can't walk. Like none of you would do that. I would never do that. I definitely didn't do that 30 seconds ago. Okay, so scrub the tapes, edit that out, delete that, pretend I didn't say that. But you wouldn't bully a kid. I'd never tell a kid that he's a retard if he can't walk. I just talk about him behind his back. I wouldn't really. All of this is a joke. I hope that's apparent. But you wouldn't bully a kid for not walking. You'd be like, hey, little fella, you're trying your best. Like, good job. Like, yeah, you're doing such a good job. Oh, fell down again. Ha, 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 ha. You did such a good job. Talk to yourself like that. You know what? I did a fucking good job. I sat there on that bench and I tried to talk to that woman. I couldn't do it. Who gives a shit? I fucking tried. I'm going to go talk to that girl in the coffee shop. Come on, man. Come on. Just do it. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. Just, oh, God, she's left. Oh, God, I left it too long. Why did I take 10 minutes to just say hi? Why didn't I say hi? Oh, my God. Okay, I tried. You're trying. And that's all that matters. That's all we care about. And this is how exposure therapy works, which is you expose yourself to the thing that you're scared of, like you try. You will fuck it up a whole bunch of times. It's not even fucking it up. Like even that is a very harsh way of saying it. You tried, you just weren't able to say the words. And then the more you expose yourself to that situation, eventually you start to really slowly build up confidence. It happens so slowly that it's imperceivable sometimes. For some of you, you'll just get it. You go out there and try and talk to a woman and you'll just do it within the first day. And you'll be like, holy shit, I did it. But for some of you, you might go out there for a couple of weeks before you can finally do it. Like it might take a little bit of time. That's kind of how this shit works sometimes. And every second that you're out there trying is a big, big, big victory. And so I want to read out what I wrote to this client of mine. And maybe I can add in this guy's incredibly brave. I'm probably going to send him this video. So my friend, I already said it to you a bunch of times. You're incredibly brave. You are doing something utterly amazing by just trying. The same thing applies to any of you that are going out there and doing something that can feel very fucking scary. The average guy doesn't go out there and talk to women and be like, hi. He doesn't see that cute girl in the coffee shop and be like, oh, I should go talk to her. No, the average guy in the coffee shop sees a pretty girl and goes, I wish I could have her as my girlfriend, and then never does anything to even attempt to make that a reality. And that's okay. Most people live a life of complacency, hopelessness, and feeling like they just don't really have any control over their life. Like that's just most people. No one ever got in there and told them, like, you're allowed to talk to that girl. And even if you said that, they'd be like, are you sure? But like, won't people judge me and stuff? Like no one really sat them down and explained it to them, right? Maybe they did once or twice, but like not enough to actually convince that person. So most people don't hit on women. Most women don't hit on guys either. So I guess it goes both ways, doesn't it? And so if you're doing something like this, it can feel scary. But for all of you, and for my client, you're all very fucking brave. So let me read out what I said to him. And for full context, maybe before I read, so I'm going to refer to a classy lady. So basically, he was sitting on this bench and there was this classy lady dressed up all fancy and nice and stuff. And he wanted to talk to her and he tried really hard and then he wasn't able to do it. So I said, you with this classy lady, good job. That is such an insane victory. The fact that you had the intention to talk to her, you sat there for a few minutes trying to work up the courage, like literally battling fears. What could be more courageous than that, you guys, for fuck's sakes? That is so insanely good. This is exactly how we break down some of that approach anxiety. It's moments exactly like this one. This is exactly what I did to start getting over my own approach anxiety. I just went out there and I tried to talk to girls. I pussied out, and I put that in quotes because I don't think it's pussying out, but that's the word that lots of you will use. You'll say, I pussied out on her. You didn't pussy out on her. You tried to do something incredibly fucking courageous and brave, and you came very close to doing it. You just weren't able to get over the line. If you keep trying, you will eventually get over the line and you'll just blurt out the words. You'll probably do a horrible job. You might do a good job. Who fucking knows? Let's let go of our expectations. But you might do a bad job. That's okay. You fucking tried. So it's not even pussing out, but I said I pussied out on literally thousands of girls over a period of a year, like more women than you could even count. Yes, probably like tens of thousands of women. I was out there in my first couple of years of doing this stuff. I was out there for like 3 or 4 hours every single day, 7 days a week. And I would talk to, in that time, some days I would only talk to one woman. Some days I would literally talk to no women. On good days, I would talk to like 10 women. Like 10 women was just a mind-blowing day for me. But the vast majority of times, I would talk to like 1 or 2 women. I would literally walk around for 3 or 4 hours in the middle of a busy city, a city that had 5.5 million people, in the center of the city, the equivalent of like Times Square in New York. Like it was crazy busy. I would walk past literally thousands of women in 3 or 4 hours. Like literally, because you're in a big city, everyone's around you. You see so many cute girls, you're like overwhelmed. It's like sensory overload. There's like just too many hot women that you want to talk to. I wouldn't talk to any of them for like 3 or 4 hours. But I didn't beat myself up. I didn't walk around going, I'm a pussy. Why can't I do this? What's wrong with me? I was just like, I don't know. I had this, like, it wasn't even confidence, but I was like, I'm sure that I will eventually do this. And even if I just walk around out here thinking about it, I know that this is helping me. I don't know where I got that from. I'd already heard of the concept of exposure therapy, but I just understood if I'm out here even just looking at these pretty women and thinking like, maybe I can go say hi to her, like that's a step forward. And so I would walk around and you could say, wow, Andy, you pussied out on thousands of women each day. And it's like, yeah, but I don't care. I know that I'll eventually talk to one of them and she'll be nice to me or she won't. And we'll see what happens. And it should work out. It'll be fine. I think I can do this. I just knew that if I went out there and spent basically infinite time outside, like I understood that this shit was a numbers game, which I think is something that a lot of you don't quite recognize yet. You know that having sex or having a girlfriend is a numbers game, but you don't realize that approaching women is a numbers game, as in, you might go out there and not be able to do it 100 times, but then the 101st woman that walks past you, you'll just suddenly be able to talk to her. It was a numbers game. Maybe you had to, quote, pussy out on 100 women before you could talk to the 101st woman. And so it's a numbers game. I don't know why. I just understood that on some core level. Maybe because I'd already understood exposure therapy at that point. And so I was like, I know if I just walk around here for 3 or 4 hours, I will eventually talk to a woman. If I don't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. If not tomorrow, like I know within the next month, I'm going to talk to one woman. Like I'm not going to walk around for 3 or 4 hours, 7 days a week. Like that's already 28, almost 30 hours in that week, times like 4 weeks. I know I'm not going to walk around for 120 hours trying to talk to a woman without eventually doing it. I know there'll just eventually be one like perfect scenario where she's just like my perfect type, or I think she's my perfect type. She's sitting on a bench or something. There's nobody else around. We have all the time in the world. And maybe she looks up at me and smiles, and maybe she says something to me. Maybe I'm sitting next to her on the bench and she just looks at me and she's like, hi, hello. Like, I don't know. And then in that situation, yeah, fucking of course I'm going to talk to her. Like I just knew if I go out there and put myself in these situations, I will eventually encounter the perfect scenario where I just magically talk to her and hit on her. And that happened. That's how this works. You're going to walk around for hours and hours and hours, not being able to talk to a single woman. Like this might happen. For some of you, again, you'll just go out there and you'll talk to women like it'll be easy for you. Like I don't want to tell all of you that it's going to be a challenge for all of you, because it won't. But for those of you who it is a challenge for, you might walk around for 100 hours before you can talk to one woman. Cool. Go walk around for 100 more hours and then you'll talk to one more. Like a lot of you are so busy saying, I failed, I failed, I failed. You have that classic, as I call it, the playing not to lose mindset. You know my play to win video course that I mention all the time? Links in the description below. In the play to win video course, there's a chapter in there about playing to win versus playing not to lose. Like my client and a lot of you, and this is okay, but a lot of you focus on all the losses. You're like, I didn't talk to her. I didn't do it. I couldn't do it. I didn't talk to that woman. I didn't talk to that woman. I didn't talk to that woman. I couldn't talk to that woman. It's like, I don't give a fuck what you couldn't do. Like, why are we talking about what you couldn't do? Cool, you couldn't do it. Move on. Tell me what you could do. Like, can you make eye contact with a woman and smile at her? If you can't, then do one step less than that. Can you think about looking at a woman and smiling at her? Can you think about giving a compliment to a woman and being like, I love your shoes, cool handbag? Like, if you can't do that, do one step before that. Think about that. Like, tell me what you can do or what you think you can do, or go try. That's the shit I want to hear about. Like, imagine if you guys were hanging out with one of your friends or something and you were like, hey, buddy, tell me what you got up to in the last week, man. It's good to catch up. I can't wait to hear what you did. And he's like, well, I didn't go to Disney World. And you're like, okay. I didn't play video games. Okay, like, why are you telling me that? I didn't go to the shops. I didn't go to the grocery store. I didn't have pizza this week. I also didn't have hamburgers. Now that I think about it, I didn't eat chicken. What else? On Friday, I didn't take a big shit. It was just like a small shit. Saturday, I was in a rush, so I didn't brush my teeth when I left the house. I didn't put hairspray in my hair. I didn't put cologne on today. I didn't go for a drive in my car today. You would hear all that and be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing right now? And he's like, I'm telling you all the things that I couldn't do. You'd be like, are you fucking retarded? Like, are you having a brain aneurysm right now? Like, what's going on? Why are you telling me shit that you didn't do? I don't care about what you did. There's infinite things you couldn't do or didn't do. I couldn't fly a plane this week. I also figured out that I can't really draw. I'm not good at that. I didn't, go on any dates this week. It's like, I don't care what I asked you what you did. I want to catch up and you tell me what you did. We already care about playing to win. Like human beings give more of a shit about what you did do. Again, you wouldn't read a book where every single line was like, this character didn't enter the room and he didn't talk to his wife and he didn't tell her how much he loved her. You'd be like, what the fuck is this like reverse negative book? Like, why are you just telling me everything in reverse? Like everything you didn't do. Is this some weird psychological fucking horror book? Like, I want to hear about what you did do. So the same thing here, gentlemen. I don't give a fuck, and no one else does, about what you couldn't do. You're just the only one, and this is just a product of the ego. My ego does the same thing, guys. Your fucking ego, our fucking egos are just so, they get so much pleasure from beating themselves up, from beating ourselves up and saying, I couldn't do this. Why couldn't I do this? What's wrong with me? I didn't achieve this. I failed at this. It's like, bro, that's so boring. That's unbelievably boring. That's playing not to lose. That's focusing on the losing. You're just like obsessed with the losing. I don't care about all the shit you couldn't do. Tell me what you could do. So yeah, I go on to say to him basically exactly that, right? I'm like, every time I went out there and tried to talk to women, every single time I did that, I was one step closer to being able to eventually do it. Right now, you are being so hard on yourself, man. Look how you're phrasing everything. I could not do it. I could not. I cannot do this. I don't know why it's not happening for me. Like, that's how he was talking. I went on to say, my man, it literally is happening. You are literally in the middle of doing it. You are literally conquering your fears and beating approach anxiety. And for any of you listening, every second that you're out there trying, you are literally being brave as hell. You are conquering your fears. You are beating approach anxiety a tiny bit at a time. Every woman that you walk past or sit on a bench with or whatever and you can't talk to her, that is a fucking victory. You're just so busy saying that it's a loss or a failure or a mistake or what's wrong with me. You're not even recognizing that it's a fucking victory. So I'm going to say you are literally in the middle of doing it. You are literally conquering your fears and beating approach anxiety. You're just so fucking busy beating yourself up that you're not even noticing. You are literally doing the work right now. You are already winning. You're just so busy saying this isn't good enough to even fucking notice. Keep doing what you are doing. In fact, go out there more and keep trying. You are doing it. And this applies to all of you. You are all right now literally in the middle of winning if you're even trying to talk to women. Again, not to compare, but let's compare. The average guy is not going out there. Most men, it's not even about average. Even the most elite guys on the fucking planet, like rock stars and celebrities and shit like that, can't go outside and walk up to a stranger and be like, hi, you're really cutie. I just noticed you. I wanted to say hi. So many guys that have an unbelievably abundant sex life or relationship or any of that can't walk outside to a stranger and even make friends with them, let alone try and hit on them. Most people in bars start paying attention to what it's like in bars and clubs. Most people don't talk to each other when they're fucking drunk and they have their friends there with them and everyone else is drunk. They still don't talk to each other. Go out to any club or any bar and just start paying attention to what percentage of people leave their group and go and talk to another group. Or in high school, I know we're all out of high school, but remember back to high school or college. Did different groups fucking interact with each other? Fuck no. No. And so if you're going outside to even try, you are already like the 1% of weirdos who's willing to do something incredibly fucking courageous and scary and brave and amazing. Give yourself some goddamn credit for that, ladies and gentlemen. You are doing something amazing. Go out there and just keep trying. I promise every single second that you are out on those front lines is a goddamn victory. if you would just notice it. All right, if you want more help with this, now is the absolute perfect time. For the next couple of weeks, if you sign up to the coaching program, I have a $2,000 sale going on, so you save $2,000 and you'll get an extra 4 weeks. Again, that is only for the next couple of weeks, and you can take a payment plan if you need to. I'm happy to jump on a call and talk through things with you first, free call. Next 2 weeks only, so I'll leave a link in the description below to that. I will also leave a copy to my Play to Win video course. I really, really, really recommend you grab a copy of this. I specifically talk about this kind of shit. Like, how do I focus on winning? Like, everything I just said in this video is what's in the Play to Win video course, and a whole lot more. Like, it's literally, how do I start celebrating my wins? How do I stop seeing everything as a loss or a failure? How do I stop obsessing with like beating myself up and start giving myself credit for stuff? So I'll leave a link to that and the coaching program in the description below. To all of you who are going out there and trying with this shit, you are winning. For every second that you are out there, it is a goddamn victory. Do not stop. In fact, go do it more. Stop obsessing about all the women that you can't talk to. And I promise that every single one you can't talk to is building you up. It is making you more resilient. It is getting you that one step closer to being able to actually do this for real.